The Guggenheim Museum, which was opened in Bilbao in October 1997, was described as the world wonder in the Basque country. Gehry's dynamic vision of wealth has changed the economy. Even today, the museum attracts almost 1 million visitors annually. It's become the new dominating economic factor, creating 4,000 new jobs in the region. Could the Marta project also create a similar, albeit smaller, Bilbao effect for Herford?
I don't like this term Bilbao effect because people since Bilbao come to my office and want to hire me to do the Bilbao effect. And when I ask them what their program is, what their infrastructure is, what their budget is, what their schedule is, oh, they say, don't worry, we'll work that out later. Just make the Bilbao effect. So I turn those projects down. Those are the ones I do turn down. Bilbao was a very industrial city. It was losing its industry, the steel industry, shipping industry, and the city made a conscious business decision. It was a business decision made by the Minister of Commerce, the President of the Basque Country, the Mayor of the city of Bilbao, the Minister of Culture, to change Bilbao. When it was built, it was very profitable for the community. It was paid for itself within the first 8 months of its opening and has continued to gather close to 1 million people a year since. But it's only a piece, so you can't get excited that you just do a building and that's it. It's only a small piece of the puzzle. It has to be a commitment on all the infrastructure and all the other issues.
Ich glaube, das ist so nicht möglich und nicht sinnvoll. Man muss
I don't think it's possible like that and doesn't make sense either. You've got to have patience and see it as revitalizing a whole region by means of one building. You can't start to do your sums and say it's worth that much. You have to enjoy it, and the generosity of a commune or the industry that makes it all possible. Simply accept it as a huge present for the region. And this is what makes a region in the provinces to a world province, just like my hometown, Basel, which is also a province on a world scale. The world can also be created by architecture and art.
Welt entsteht durch Architektur und Kunst.
People have been trying to read things into the Bilbao effect and what it has done for the region. Can it do the same for Herford? How do you see it? I believe that Jan Hurt was right in what he just said. It only works when you keep on going. To imagine that you have a wonderwork of architecture and this means the work is ended. This would be wrong because change has to keep going. Further developments have to keep taking place in Herford, in the region, taking aspects into account that we can't even define today. But the work is not finished. It's just a milestone on the road to renewal. We shouldn't forget that Bilbao is not famous because it has a museum from Gehry. Bilbao also has a fantastic new bridge, an unbelievable airport, and other architecture that's unbelievable too. Absolutely. Thank you. Bruno, please. When we have the urge to build a museum, so a fantastic wonder, and don't confirm this, then I'm not convinced that one really wanted it in the first place.
Dann bin ich auch nicht überzeugt, dass man das richtig gewollt hat. Verstehen Sie, was ich meine?
Do you understand what I
Ich
mean?
will, dass das bestätigt
I
wird.
mean, we should confirm it by setting out new tasks. We have to invest in the future. We must invest in the future. We must do it. That's my opinion. But not every year.
Jedes Jahr. Verstehen Sie? Ja.
Do you understand? Yes, that is what I mean.
Das ist komisch, ne? Wenn man eine
It's
Villa
funny,
hat,
when one wants to, there's money enough available.
Verstehen Sie? Ja.
You never know. I think there'll be some positive effects, I would guess. I wouldn't predict that it would be like Bilbao. Bilbao is a miracle, and it involved more than my building. It involved the redoing of a lot of infrastructure and buildings by other architects. So it's not just one thing can do it. It takes a political commitment, a big political commitment, and they have just begun with this building to make that kind of commitment. I don't know whether they can go beyond it. Jan challenged them today to go beyond it. But he's right, it takes more than one building to do it, you know, that it would be impossible. I mean, one of the greatest buildings ever built is Ronchon, right? It didn't have the Bilbao effect. I mean, people love it. I cry every time I go there. People see it, but it hasn't changed the economy of the region, hasn't done all of those things. So I don't think it's... I will be happy if just the people of Herford are happy. And then if the local region starts using it, I think because of the kind of shows Jan is doing, that it will attract a European audience